In this video, we are going to tackle about stages of infection. So there are 4 stages of infection: the incubation stage, the prodromal stage, the illness stage, and the convalescent stage. So first is the incubation stage. This is the first stage of infection when a person is sick. It is the period starting from entry of the pathogen until appearance of the first sign. So for example, chickenpox, 2 to 3 weeks incubation; common cold, 1 to 2 days incubation; influenza, 1 to 3 days incubation; and mumps, 15 to 18 days incubation. So in short, incubation stage is the number of days between when you are affected with something and when you might see symptoms. So healthcare professionals and government officials use this number to decide how long people need to stay away from others during an outbreak. Next is the prodromal stage. This is the second stage of infection, which starts from onset of non-specific signs and symptoms, such as low-grade fever, depression, and fatigue. So prodromal stage, this refers to the period after incubation and before the characteristic symptoms of infection occur. People can also transmit infections during the prodromal stage. During this stage, the infectious agent continues replicating, which triggers the body's immune response and mild non-specific symptoms. Next is the illness stage. This is the third stage of infection, which begins with more specific signs and symptoms appear. For example, in common cold, symptoms are sore throat, sinus congestion, and rhinitis. And in mumps, crash, high fever, and salivary gland swelling. So in illness stage is the third stage of infection, also called the clinical stage. In this stage includes the time when a person shows apparent symptoms of an infectious disease. In general, people who have an active infection may experience fever, fatigue, headache, muscle aches, and swollen lymph nodes. Convalescent stage. This is the last stage of infection when acute symptoms of infection disappear. It is the recovery stage that may take several days to months. The length of recovery depends on the severity of infection and the patient's general state of health. So in the convalescent stage, this is the final stage where symptoms resolve and the person can return to their normal functions, depending on the severity of the infection. Some people may have permanent damage even after the infection resolves. Those are the stages of infection. First stage is the incubation stage. Second is the prodromal stage. Third is the illness stage. And fourth is the convalescent stage.